Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Build live from Oak Hill Works. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. Here we are without a layout in front of us for a change. It's been a while, hasn't it? I believe we've done 11 live streams on the layout now. Definitely time for a break. Here we are with a Mallard Models Southeastern and Chatham 46-foot birdcage break third. For those who can't read, obviously. Well, for those who can read, there's some dates to get in your diary down here. Just saying. Don't know where they've come from. No idea whatsoever. Spooky evening, I hope everyone's well. Good evening, Alexander. I am well-ish. I hope you are well. I have a massive toothache, which, you know, it's great fun, but we'll get there. Yes. Birdcage break time for the shorty bird cages. I'll be honest, I've been really nice and, you know, my usual organised self with this. So you can see these are still rather wrapped up and not been touched for years. Now that you mention it, Paderborn, the same time as a P-Class did. Or an R8. Or whichever this one from the East Kent Railway is. Or an upside down bathtub. I suppose a 47 could have, but I don't think they ever did, so yeah. Not very often would be the answer. Sorry to hear that. Thank you, Christopher. Yeah, they suck, don't they? But we'll get there. So yeah, as I say, I've been my usual organised self. These are all still rolled up from years of being in the box because I've not actually looked at the instructions. Because why would I do that? And thank you for the subscription, Hillside Junction. Are you in chat? I hope so. But yes, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. It's very much appreciated. If I am correct, that makes you number 485. Wow. Distinct badges. I collect all my badges. Although my 2017 one has gone missing, I have no idea where it is. You are here? Excellent. Excellent, excellent. How are you? I hope you are well. We have some wheels. I did at least add wheels to the kit because I knew I was going to need that. These are 14mm Mansell wheels of unknown origin. Probably Gibsons, but I'm not sure. They were in a batch lot I got given. 15 to go. Indeed, we are approaching the next giveaway, which most of you already know what it is. Parts, because, I mean, let's not lie, you've all seen the thumbnail. It's definitely been out the box. I think I might need to replace the windows though, because they're rather yellow. So they're going to go straight in the bin. Lots and lots of underframe details. And some roof details. Some very nice looking, I'm assuming, turned brass buffers. They've been blackened, but they won't get used. I'm going to replace those with sprung ones. I'll have to get some from markets. And of course in here we have the carriage itself. Don't feel that year the dust and grime yellowed windows. Well, the thing is, this is years of being sat in the box. Because this kit is over 20 years old. So, we have a side here. And just to give a comparison, we have a Bachmann brake. So if I line that up, we're significantly shorter than the Bachmann stock here. It's the first part of my shorty rake, as I'm calling it. So it would be nice to have the shorter rake. The idea being the new Oak Hill layout is set up for my rake of 3 of these to fit in the loop, and they do rather well. What I would like is for my shorty rake to fit with the Invalid Saloon we built back whenever we built the Invalid Saloon. I believe that's the project we were working on when we moved into this studio. Could be wrong, but I think it is. So here we got lots of various bits in there. The end's nicely cut. There's roof trusses, which is nice. That'll help get its shape. Interesting. This is an interesting one. So the end also has the end of the chassis on it up to the bogie centre, and then there's a separate middle piece of the chassis, and then the end and the fold under bit of the chassis with the bogie centre. That's rather interesting as a method of construction. I've not seen that before. I suppose this is what I get from not looking at the instructions. I will be surprised by these things. I should have at least got them out and flattened them a bit, shouldn't I? But where's the fun in that? You're not going to get to see me mess up as much if I know what I'm doing. There you can see there on the instructions the end and its fold over bit sliding into the bottom. Now it's time for the drawing pins. Which I've definitely got ready and aren't sitting where I can't actually reach them. One day I'm just going to stop putting these away and leave them in the pin board. But that day is not today. So these are pretty generic instructions, and they say as much here. Study etched frets carefully and locate positions of all main items. Yeah. These are instructions. We're going to have some fun here, you know. I can tell that already. Hydration is important. Oh, they did proofread them. They do, in fact, say on here that they are generic instructions. I think, rather than looking at one page at a time, I need to get all the pages out and be able to see them all. Because it looks like there's details on other pages. Like here, where it actually shows me where some things go. Yes, these are proper instructions. And prototype details. Body, Sovereign Purple Lake. That's the first time I have ever heard that description of SE&CR livery. And there is the bot reminding you all to smash the like button. Give it a gentle tap if you'd prefer. It is very much appreciated when you do these things. It really does help the channel. And as you've seen, we're getting close to that magic number of 500 where we'll be holding another giveaway. So tell your friends and get all them to subscribe as well. Apparently telling people to subscribe actually helps make people subscribe. Sounds fancy. It does, doesn't it? But literally everything else here is quite generic. So we're going to throw all that lot away. Still admire my prize from the first one, sir. Excellent. I'm glad you do. For those that don't know, the prize for the next giveaway, since we've already shown it and we're actually genuinely getting close this time, is this book. This is what I will be giving away. Is the locomotives of the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway. It is a first edition. It was printed in 1903. So that's quite an old book. It does have pictures. The pictures are photos that are pasted into the printed book. There are some very nice pictures in here. There are also drawings in here. There's a nice Bury engine. Won't just be text since it's that old. No. I say that is literally, that is a picture printed separately that has been pasted in at the edge. So it's reasonably easy to find all the photos because they are on different coloured paper. where it has aged differently to the rest of it. Great book, very generous offering as a prize. Yeah, well, amazingly, I actually have 2 copies of this. I have 2 first editions of this. So it seemed like the obvious book to give away, since the channel is mainly focused on the London, Brighton and South Coast. It was reprinted in the from early 2000-ish as well, and I have the reprint as well. My personal copy of this as a first edition that I'll be keeping does not get touched. I only look through the reprint. Yes, I have another copy. I wouldn't be giving away my only copy of a book that old. You never know, it might be worth something. But it'll be done by, the giveaway will be done by a random pull a name out a hat, as has been done before. I might even, if I'm feeling really generous, live stream the draw so you all find out the same time I do. So, it feels like it's actually time to start working on this. But first, being the organised person I am, I need my cutting mat that was definitely down here at the workbench and doesn't have a massive sticky blob on the back of it that I need to remove so that it doesn't get stuck to the workbench. Definitely worth something to LBSC model as well. Yes. Kind of thinking it might be worth something to, in general, be just because of its age and the fact it still exists. In reasonably good condition. I'm sure you won't be too shocked to hear that the copy I'm keeping is in better condition. Be amazing to own such a piece of railway history. Well, you'll have to go and get 15 people to come and subscribe to me and then enter the draw, won't you? That's how it works. So yeah, we are actually going to start working now. We're only 20 minutes in. Remove sides, ends, floor, sole bars and step boards from the sheet. Not much then. Now I would advise using a brand new blade. When doing this, if you are going to do it with a knife like I do. This is not a brand new blade, but it's nearly new. I'll have to look in some of the second-hand bookshops around me, see what useful resources I can find. Well, yes, you should. Get on with doing that. I mean, wait till after the live stream, obviously. Watch the live stream first, then go hunting second-hand bookshops. Started collecting memorabilia like that, actually. Well, I give you shout out most streams at the moment, it seems. Well, I very much appreciate that. I will hopefully at some point get a notification and remember to turn up to one of your live streams. How do you enter draw? Is it going to be announced at a later date? I will do a video that will be comment on the video. Everyone who comments gets entered into the draw. Because that's the easiest way of doing it. Why can't more instructions be like Legos? They are the best. I mean, you're not wrong. Do get together a little library of SE&CR reading material. You should. I have a little library of SE&CR reading material. It's about half the size of my library of LBSC reading material. But, you know, it's not a bad library. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Thomas Lewis. How are you? I hope you are well. Hopefully some folks will come over. Hopefully, indeed. Oh, I missed one. When doing this, don't miss one. Install time with Gary when? Never. Some original SE&CR luggage labels. Oh, very cool. I do not. I do have my big wooden plaque. Oh yeah, there it is, which I showed off last week. Very good, thank you. How are you? I am not too bad. Bit of a toothache, but in general, not bad. So there are our sides. They're the first thing it wants cut out. We'll put those to the side where we won't lose them whilst we cut the rest of the things it wants out. The end. Which, as I say, actually come with a huge section of the floor attached. Good to hear. Hope the toothache clears up. Thank you very much. I have some stuff to help with that, so hopefully it won't be long and it will be fine. I'll be honest, as this is going together, as this is telling me to cut things out, I'm not convinced it's telling me to do things in the right order. I think, because if it's telling me to cut all these out, that sounds like it's telling me to put all these bits together. But I think the drop lights and the ventilators should go on the sides first. But that's just me. Let's see where it takes us, eh? Maybe I'm wrong and it's not going to go in and immediately say, now stick all these bits you've just cut out together. I usually leave all these big bits of fret on, but they generally end up getting in the way or caught on something or injuring me in some way. So I have decided I'm going to cut them all off. Stuff to help with toothache, you mean rum? I wish. That would be a good way of dealing with it, but no. I don't think it would aid my abilities to deal with the children. Would make for an interesting live stream, obviously. This is why I advise new blades. Because they're not really designed for cutting brass. And can have quite a hard job of it as a result. That is both the ends cut out. 50% less fingers. Now, I have drunk on stream before. Hydration is important. And I did not remove any fingers. I love how I've said that, and I've got my thumb off camera. I did not remove any fingers. There is a live stream we did. It was last year, I believe. My birthday fell on a Sunday, so I live streamed on my birthday with a couple of cans of Guinness. Right, sides, ends, floor. We're getting somewhere here. Cell bars and step boards, which are both on this sheet conveniently. You need the Oak Hill Brewery logo to carry on. There is someone now making Oak Hill Brewery wagon tarps. It is very tempting to get a set of those off eBay. Or a Guinness. Now. The Guinness locos, when put in their converter things, so they could run on standard gauge, just looked like a Ringfield motor with the, like tender drive Ringfield with the tender top taken off. I feel like Guinness logo, the train crash in Salisbury doesn't look pleasant. Train crash at Salisbury? I wasn't aware of such a thing. That is not good. Carry on partaking. I don't remember that film. Oh dear. Younger members of the audience won't get that joke. Just received an image of it. Paderborn looks like one trainer's reared another in a tunnel. Not serious injuries. No serious injuries reported. Best not speculate now until the RAIB get down. Well, that is not good. Hopefully no serious injuries continues. That explains why I don't get it then. Looks innocent as possible. Not a chance do I believe that, Christopher. There are our soul bars, which were the next thing it asked me to take out. It's foiled again. You forget, Christopher. I've met you. Or did you just try to forget that? And there are our step boards. Oh, yeah, I met me. Oh. The BBC website 7 minutes ago. They say 1846 train hit an object in the tunnel, derailed, train 2 ran into it. Ouch. Yeah, 21-31 in the Trolls sweepstakes. No one. None of you bet that time. It's all in the chat. You can go and check. You will lose. Jesus, it just started raining so hard that I can hear the rain coming down. Now, that might not be that remarkable a thing until you remember that in this room I have no windows. In fact, I barely have an external wall in this room. So I'm not hearing the rain hit this room that I'm in. Pretty hard today near us too. Yes, we had some heavy-ish rain this morning, but then other than that, it's been reasonably dry. Just stopped raining here. Oh, you sent it all this way, did you? Couldn't just keep it up in your area. My house is converted bungalow, so the upstairs is technically a loft. Every time it rains on the Velux windows, it sounds like there's heavy bombing rain taking place. Yeah, I can imagine. I quite enjoy sitting and listening to the rain fall. I've been bucketing down all day here in the north. Well, that's what you get for being in the north, isn't it? Rain must be shared. No, we don't need the rain. The only liquid we need is good old-fashioned hydration fluid from a nice hydration vessel, because hydration is important. So yeah, if we could not send the rain this way. Photosynthesis says otherwise. It's fine. Who needs plants? Right then, next step. Didn't even on the SE&CR Terry today, but Edward Thompson stood out more. Oh, that now. Whilst I defended the Edward Thompson purchase earlier, Christopher, I didn't know there was an SE&CR Terrier that was possible. You failed. Oh, my computer's making dial-up sounds. This is fine. Yeah, dial-up sounds? I haven't heard those for a while. Right then. Now we need to clean up the parts. Aren't you glad you come here to watch this? I'm glad you come here to watch this. You don't have any railway ghost stories for the occasion? Yes, I approve of railway ghost stories. Such as, obviously, Fowler's Ghost, the version told by Simon Martin in his great series, The British Railway Stories. I hope you all went and watched that at some point today. I didn't, because I've been busy. Much better than Percy's Ghost. I want to say that's what the Thomas one was called. That I remember from my youth. I did yesterday. Well, I haven't yet. Boo. There was once a Southern service that actually ran. That's not a ghost story, that's just a lie. Chef Part Horse King 2012 Woman in Black. Was that 2012? I thought it was earlier than that. But yeah, if anyone has any actual ghost stories, you know, I will read them out in my very best normal speaking voice. The LMS Fury is a horror story in itself. Must have been 2011. It was the year I graduated primary school. Fair enough. I think it's like on the Uckfield line. Trains keep breaking down recently. Coincidentally, when the timetable change happens. No. No, there's no broken down trains because broken down trains implies they were going to run a service in the first place, and we all know that was never going to happen. There's an 89 Woman in Black, but the Radcliffe film was 2012. Fair enough. I know it was the modern one. I just thought it was earlier than 2012. In fact, the Bluebell say it was 2010. Just saying. And they include a picture of the filming. So everyone's wrong. They're running more frequent service on Sundays. Southern for you. Yeah, sounds about right. BR Black M-Class film says otherwise. Yeah, but the film's release date isn't when they filmed it. Couldn't tell us when a film came out in cinemas. Filming can occur years in advance in some films. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Film shots at the Bluebell, filmed in 2010, released 2012. BR Black, N class. I don't think I've ever actually seen it. But then I generally haven't seen many films with Harry Potter in them. Except for My Boy Jack, of course, where he gets shot. Saw that. They're making a new Railway Children film. They have already made a new Railway Children film. It is a sequel to the original film. It ignores the Bluebell Railway based remake of it, which is probably for the best. Sadly, with no brown panniers. I don't see the sadly there. I don't see what's sad about a lack of brown panniers. Good evening, Jacob. How are you? I hope you are well. Made with pesos. Ah. What a horrible thing to say. Why would you say that, Sophia? I'm still going to ignore it. Fair. Third 37069 was supposed to be haunted by a driver who was killed by an object that came through the window and hit him. Ooh. I've not heard that one before. Do have a ghost story-ish. 75027, the standard floor at the Bluebell. Go for it. Let's have some ghost stories. So yes, for those joining us late, we are working on a South Eastern and Chatham Railway 46-foot birdcage brake by Mallard Models. From way back when. I don't know if these kits are actually still available. They do sometimes pop up on eBay for about 30 quid or so, they generally go for. Which is about what I paid for mine. I have a full rake of free to build over time. We're not going to do them all in one hit. Just realised this Hornby 47 is going to need a total repaint. Total repaint? Wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger in that? Is it TJ Mallard? Mallard Models. Mallard Models manufactured by Blacksmith Models, who I'm guessing had just moved when this was produced, because there is another address under the sticky label. Yes, opposite Oliver Hardy's music number. No, I think he went to Mars. I have the wrong website. You probably do. And then this kit is a good 20 odd years old. Felt that something drastic happened to 75027, which I can definitely play through. There are rumours you can hear shuffling coal, etc., and other sounds. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, that's all you're getting for funny voices out of me. Good evening, Red. How are you? I hope you are well. I don't think Gary's ever mentioned Fowler's Ghost yet. I have. Does that count? I said I hope everyone's watched it already today. I got a yes. Well, would you look at that? We've got the first piece done. Apparently, Moulscombe Station is haunted by a giant black dog. Are you sure you're not thinking of people get attacked by the black dog when, but Churchill's metaphorical black dog when they have to go to Moulscombe? Because, I mean, if I had to go to Moulscombe. That is one, but yeah, the stripes are too high on the bodywork, and I don't know at the moment how easy it will be to remove them to reapply. Well, that's a bit sucky. So, yeah. Time for a repaint by the sounds of it. December 19, I was on duty, so I went into Shed's shift bar to tell people to leave, and what do I hear as I approach 75027? Shoveling coal and other footplate noises. Oh no, we've done this as well, haven't we? That's two parts we've successfully cut off and prepared as we finish the first hour of the live stream. Progress, everyone. Progress. Now, on proper Black Dog legend, come down here to Norfolk and hear about Black Shark. I am familiar with Black Shark. Serves me right for buying his easels, I suppose. It does. Huzzah for progress. So, yes, if only there was more of it. I'm sure when we did the Invalid Saloon, we had the two sides ready. In fact, I think we had it in such a way that we could build up the body by the end of the first live stream. I realise we've got just over 2 hours to go, as long as my face holds out. But I'm not holding out hope to get that far. So this in the evening when I was telling people to leave as it was lock-up time. I assumed that's what it was, yes. Did you say to the ghosts, oi, can you stop making footplate noises and go home now? Told a funny woman in black story that occurred during filming, whether it's true or who, I don't know. Well, I don't think them being true or not is important when it comes to ghost stories. We want to hear them all. Black Shark, the legendary beastie, not one actually, which happens to be named after it. Yes, I'm familiar with the legendary beastie. I couldn't actually remember what it was you had that was named after it. I knew it was something. That is way too big to just take off the file. Shaxton, we had 2 ghosts officially. I want to say 3. One was that of a man who was on a late train and woke up. And was waking up super, got out of the wrong side just in time to meet a Super D on a loaded coal train. He's said to scream on the anniversary of his demise. That's yeah. That's a fun one. Woman in Black crew were at Horsted filming, so of course they made the station look a bit more gothic. Cobwebs, well, obviously. Wishman LC's got plenty of that kind of story. So, shame that he's not then. It's a lady who died in childbirth in coach, and you could hear a baby crying from that coach, now scrapped due to the amount of rot and asbestos in it. Rot, asbestos, and ghost baby. Sounds like a good reason to scrap it. I know, right? It's really weird that those bots are getting us whilst we're actually streaming. They quite often come along after the event and leave comments. Like, I'll wake up tomorrow with 5 or 6 notifications on my phone to say that comments have been left. And it will have been usernames like that, leaving comments like that. But YouTube will have already jumped in and deleted them all before I get there. About the Signalman by Charles Dickens. See, I don't actually know the story. So I can't tell you that one. Nice deep cut there. There's no deep cuts I've got. Look, my knife was over here. So apparently the film crew did not tell the Bluebell cleaners that the cobwebs were part of the set. Not decorations were accidentally taken down. Oops. Did they mysteriously reappear? My personal one, so when I was working in a coach up the north end where the diesels are stored and could hear footsteps on the ballast, looked out both sides, no one there, carried on, heard them again. Whoa, spooky ghost. I had a chat with Padre about the barracks I lived in. Been called in a couple of times to investigate reports of ghosts. Interesting. Cutting tunnel right now. I remember doing that poem in English class. Is it? I thought it was Southeastern that he liked saying things about, but there we go. That shows how much I know, because I'm probably wrong. I don't get nothing, so I looked out around, no one there. Got back at the inn, carried on, heard them again. It was enough for me. I went back to the station sharpest. Yeah, that's fair enough, Christopher. I would definitely have done the same. But the closest my great granddad ever told me about ghosts from his time on the railway is probably behind post train night soil cart on Refn Crossing. Yeah, that can't have smelt nice. Yeah. The engines that built the SE&CR had wonderful names: Gould, Phantom, Spirit, Spectra, etc. Excellent. Pressing it's Clayton Tunnel. Fair enough. See, me showing my knowledge. Go away, button. And now I shall refill the hydration vessel. And there's the bot wanting you to check out my website, which I recently changed the text on because, you know, when I made it, I wasn't a professional modeler and didn't really care about these things. But there we go. Hydration is important. Dickens was passionate on SER training involved in an accident. So what you're saying there is I don't make everything up. Just some things. From what I've read, he's never the same again after the train accident was old. And yeah, from what I understand, he didn't much like trains after that. So post accident 5 years to the day before his passing. Ooh, spooky. Premonition crash. But yes, apparently left him what could be assumed to be PTSD. I mean, I can see why. Don't believe he was fond of trains prior to the accident. EV tribes disdain SER number 98, I think it was. Oh, fair enough. I thought he was indifferent before the accident. See what I mean? I don't make everything up, but sometimes, clearly, I do. I don't know RAF ghost story, it's too long for here, so I'll put it in the Discord. If it's like any RAF story I know, can you clean up the language a bit before you do, please? Premonition crash sounds like a bad 1970s. Bad. It does, you're right. Good Evening, Joseph. How are you? I hope you are well. Definitely taking that one off with the knife. It's huge. So it's weird being back working on something that isn't the layout and having A, all of my workbench in front of me, and B, the laptop actually sitting somewhere I can see it, because it's back where it's meant to be, which is just off to the left, barely off camera. In fact, you can see the end of that, so it's about 2 inches off camera. We're getting there through the clean-up of these parts. And I'm not going to have any fingers left on this hand because I'll have filed them away to nothing. Keep doing all these small bits, but that's not the point. Maybe I'll look good with missing fingers. What is a model but a collection of small bits? Well, I mean, that is true. But not all the bits are small. These are reasonably big bits. Try doing filing with nails like mine. No. Some of us like the practicalities of actually being able to do this. Big, silly, impractical nails. I mean, I say that, but I'm sure they're good for something. Just not for modelling. Railway modelling, that is. See how impractical it can be from our photos. I'd rather not. Yeah, they look just as impractical in real life as well, Red. What number did you give your O class, Eric? My O class is number 3. Literally until about 2 weeks ago, I had all the details of it pinned up on here still, and I could have told you when it was rebuilt as an O1 and everything. Yeah, it's number 3. And it got that number because I had some extra SER plates for number 3. Did you meet a Dave Holman at Upfield by any chance, Gary? I might have done. The name rings a bell. I met quite a lot of people I know from the internet and stuff there, and yeah, I may well have met a Dave Holman. Smitey was the guy with the 7mm Irish layout. Aha, then yes. Yes, if he's the guy with the 7mm Irish layout, I have met and spoke to him. Hydration is important. I have in fact continued to meet interesting people. This weekend at the shop, I met Ian Simpson of 1840s in HO. Which was very pleasant. Killian's numbering locomotive. Killian's numbering of the loco involved in Dick's accident was correct. It was an O class. Oh. Oh. Well, you won't catch mine doing silly things like that. Because mine will be hauling goods trains like it's supposed to. Couldn't have been a no. They weren't built at the time he was alive, I don't think. Well, that would kind of stop it being one. I believe it's a 240 long boiler he wrote off. I probably misremembered the number. Well, either that or the number had been that of a 240 long boiler and later became that of an O. It was some form of six-coupled goods engine. Was it now? I make wild assumptions. The crash was dated 25th of the 8th, 1861. Yeah, that's a little before the O's time. Well, since it's been mentioned so many times, I should point out the O is sat right next to me as well. Covered in greenery from South Park Quarry. Just as any good loco should be. Wiki says loco was number 199, crash was 9/6, 1865. Well, one of those dates is correct, probably. What I can tell you for definite is that not both of them are. You are right, it is a very pretty engine, Christopher. I am definitely a fan of my O class. And it fits in the head shunt on South Park Quarry. To the Bradley. Oh, I want the Batman sweep music to play after that. Sophia missed it when she was here. But there's another O class sat around, waiting to have something done with it. At the moment, it comes out with me. I take this. And I take this as a before and after what we can do with 3D printing. The bad omen that we're talking about a rail crash that occurred in a tunnel as a rail crash occurred today in a tunnel. Maybe it is. I mean, imagine, Sophia, how you'd feel if I also told you I have just some sterling cabs about as well. Just sat doing nothing currently. And loads of buffers. Building a second one? I don't know yet. I'm tempted. We'll say that much. If I do, it will go into fully lined Wainwright livery. Talking about locos doing things they shouldn't, I wonder how Mr. Thompson will feel about me using his A2/3 shunt truss especially one named after himself. It seems like a fully appropriate thing for a Pacific to do. I believe there were some famous books in which an LNER Pacific was very proud of the idea of shunting trucks and thought it was fantastic work that all Pacifics should do. Sterling R, yes. So I'm going to be backdating a 00R1. It won't be perfect, but it'll be close enough. Good, they were both black the weekend. I would be quick to call them Doms and Ducky. Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? Darn them. If there's one happened today, nobody died. Really wants to make a joke. Must resist. An R1 body with a cab filed to the Sterling shape. Yeah, but I can just cut mine off and stick a new one on. It's easier. It's got round windows and everything on it. I see red right. You know, the difference is the one that happened today, nobody died. And what I want to, and all that's going through my head is that scene from the Simpsons movie where Bart's naked and chained up. This is the worst day of my life, and Homer's response to him. So wrong, isn't it? And if you don't know the scene, how do you not know the scene? It's been turned into a meme. Yay, some brass building. Yes, indeed, Tom, we are building some brass. How are you this evening? I hope you are well. We are working on a Southeastern and Chatham 46-foot birdcage brake by Mallard Models. Really well, thank you. How are you? I am not too bad. Bit of toothache, but generally okay. That particular kit. Well, how different are brass kits, eh? Doing well, he's 47 next, then back to a shunter. 47 shunting. Good use for it. Not good enough for the main line. Save that for the steam engines. I have a full rake of short bird cages to build. Still got an E2 O-gauge kit to finish. Excellent. That'll be quite a large engine once it's done. And I can start Midland 3F brass kit too. Oh, excellent. Very nice indeed. Now that I've cleaned up inside everyone, that was supposed to happen. Well, we can overlay the side on the Bachmann one now and see just how much shorter it is. We're losing a fair amount of space there, aren't we? It's essentially 2.5 compartments shorter. I believe this is the shortest of the rake. What are the other two? Yes, it is. So the brake for the other end is a 50-foot 1-inch brake, so slightly longer. And then for the middle, we have a 51-foot lavatory composite. And there we go. These ones show their age quite nicely because they've got the year printed on them. And they were made last century. I bet there's people here that weren't even born when these kits were made. There's a weird thought. There are people that are adults that have been alive for less time than these have been in boxes. Actually makes you feel sorry for the kit, doesn't it? Yes, me definitely. No comment. It's much into the last century. I won't have been born. No. It's they've got stickers on them to celebrate 15 years of blacksmith models, and they're stamped as 1999. So they only just into the last century. On 2002. You're in a toddler when they were etching. Yeah. So to all of you here who are actually younger than these kits, how does it feel to know that these have been sat in a box waiting for someone to build them for longer than you've been alive. I've been talking to someone who does railway photography who was born when I joined the online training fandom in 2005. God, people were still being born in 2005? That's a bit weird. Thought they'd given up on that by then. Still think 30 years ago should be sometime in the 1960s. I mean, 1990 was 10 years ago, wasn't it? Hydration is important. Let's see, Red, compared to some people here, you're positively old. That's what I like to believe. I was born 92. Oh, you're all children. Glad you're here, Sophia. And Christopher, for that matter. We can all be old together. Some being born, some dying. We try to squeeze as many holidays into human lifespan as possible. I think that's how the quote goes. I've not heard it, so I can't correct you. I'm September 99, so these kids could technically be older than you then, Killian. Just. Oh, I've just hydrated, bot, sorry. Left school the year you were born, right? Was that sunny? Exactly, Christopher. We can all sit here and be old together whilst all these kids on my lawn. But it is scary when you think there are some people in their 20s and still younger than the kids. Yeah, it is scary. This is why, this is why Comic Rail Leaf exists. For those that don't know, Comic Rail Leaf is my charity parody video I did to announce my Patreon when I first set that up. The video is still up somewhere, so go watch it. In better condition, I'll tell you that. Fair enough, Killian. I feel old. I was born before Steam finished on the main line. See? Thank you for making me feel young. Not that much younger than you, Gary. I have memories older than you, Red. Never complain about getting older. It's privilege denied to many. You are quite right, Bob. And how are you this evening? I hope you are well. I must say, I do enjoy getting older. The older I get, the more I realise how stupid I was when I was younger. So it's a privilege to know that I'm not that anymore. It's pretty much. I should be sitting in a rocking chair and on my lap. Yes, you should. It's born the year the freight parent did cop was due to be finished. COVID jab card says I'm 119, date of birth 1902. Explains a lot, I suppose. Well done. 29 years later, it's still being worked on. Yeah, it says a lot about railway preservation, that, doesn't it, Tom? So I've been to France. Yes, 580. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Right, so it is 10:30. It's the time I ask you all what you're up to this evening whilst I'm working on this. I do always enjoy hearing it, so please do let me know. I, meanwhile, am going to see what we have to do next, because we've actually got far enough that I can read another instruction. Drill out holes for door handles, grab handles, and handrails. Fit door vents. Aha! Fitting door vents. That is what we like to hear. I can just about see all the holes that need drilling out. Just. Where's my little drill? Don't be bent. Bridge Farm remembers. Catching as usual, but for a garden railway loco. Oh, interesting. Can't use that drill bit. It's bent. That's another episode for my O-Gauge review series. Excellent. All the drill bits are falling except for the one I'm trying to get out. There we go. Shunting finally ordered some new LED pens to use with the uncoupling tool. Excellent. I approve of LED pens. Have you ordered the same ones again? Because, you know, it's still the one I use. Massaging the wife's bad leg. I'm sorry to hear the wife has a bad leg. I hope it gets better soon. Wondering if I should have got the problem class kit. Not well. I don't know what one a problem class is, but I'm gonna say yes, you should have got it because I know it's an LNWR loco and they're quite nice. Building a windmill as well as the KLR's number 2. Excellent. Painting SE&CR stock in that well-known colour. I can't believe it's not purple left. Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it? 222 big driving wheel. Yeah, you definitely should have got it. Yeah. 222 with a big driving wheel. Drill looks like the post office tower. Oh, yes. Right. This drill bit wants to slip a lot. That's like similar to loaded like class like a big Columbine or a small Cornwall. God, yeah, definitely should have one of those. Final incarnation class number 2 wild rifle with a sharpshooter 248 tender loco. Ooh, very nice. Well, that's what we wanted to happen, definitely. That is the shape we want our drill bit to be. Sharpshooters, as do I, Killian, as do I. Yeah, I did it again. Well, I've got another one as well, but it's got a much bigger aerial. So still on hunt for a cheapish M7 body for the next project. I have an M7. I've got a Triang M7 body around somewhere. If that'll do ya. Yay! Look, we went all the way through. Something about that. I can't say it. It's almost as if oh, it's might well do me actually. You know what it's for. Well, if it'll do ya, then I'll dig it out. Bent it again. Got an M7 on my eBay watch this tonight. 15.50 with 3 days left. Bring a kneecap, you have to worry. Yes, that would be quite concerning. I've drilled through fingers before, but never my kneecap. Right. Let's try this drill bit. Yay, that one went through. And so did that one. Just. Maybe. Yeah, it did. Just got paid, so I'm doing a visit to the shop. Excellent, that's what I like to hear. In theory, I will have loads and loads of new second-hand bits coming in on Tuesday. I have no idea what they are, but in theory, I will get to the shop Tuesday morning and they will be there. You know when you're doing a task and you have to wonder why you're doing that task? All of the holes I am drilling through are half etched already. Why couldn't they just fully etch them all the way through? Then I wouldn't have holes to drill. That's better. Ooh, keep that t-shirt washed for Tuesday then. You'll be glad to know the Batman t-shirt is washed. And I am actually going to wear it on Tuesday because I need to pop into Eastbourne and go to the comic shop after I finish. And if I'm going to the comic shop, I have to wear my Batman t-shirt. Hope to recommence work at Camden Street soon. Available time has been almost non-existent lately. Excellent. I was going to ask about that. I hope the reason for extra time has been no extra time to work on it has been a good reason, like you've been down Arley tending to the flowers and such forth. Well, there goes the end of that drill bit. And now the drill bit's just gone inside the drill. Going well, this drilling lark, isn't it? I've just realised this kit has its has the drop lights in the door etched in, and they're all open to exactly the same place. we're getting there. Partly, yes, after lockdown ease, we've caught up well at Arley. Of time has been taken up sorting out family issues, but getting there, thanks. Well, I'm glad to hear you're getting there. Sorry to hear you've had issues to deal with. I do believe you've mentioned them before, and they're not particularly pleasant. Have I shown you this before, Bob? I like having as many people as possible that I know represented on my layouts. So I've got an Arley wagon now. Picked it up at a show and thought it was rather nice. Once it's got free-link coupling sorted on it, it will go into the rotation for South Park Quarry. It's beautiful. I'm glad you approve. Where did you find that? On a stall at a show local to me. That is Arley here. Colliery. Yeah. See, there we go. Good, isn't it? So it's just a standard Oxford rail wagon. You'll have to go hunt eBay for it, Christopher. And if you bought some quarry wagons, well, you know what you need to do then, don't you? What you all need is some South Park quarry wagons. Got this up on multiple safe search on there, including all the misspellings I could think of. There used to be a website that would automatically search for misspellings, and I can't remember what it was called. But I picked up a few things very cheap because of it. We were given 2 saddle stones that are over 100 years old, and I've displayed them in the Arley Gardens. Nice piece of agricultural history. Oh, that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance, I'd love to see some pictures of the things you've done at Arley this year. One day I'll be able to make it up there. See it all for myself. If you're going to honour I'll put Ali in. I'll create a page to show you the games on there. Ah, excellent. I will have to hunt that down tomorrow. That's fantastic. Thank you, Bob. Might get myself a Cambrian SE&CR wagons. Do, they are good. I thoroughly recommend it. Definitely get some Cambrian SE&CR wagons. Wonderful idea. You're not SE&CR or Cambrian. Silly wagon. Because, you know, there's a chance. No, I'm sure I've got more than that. That I also have a few. There's my Cambrian SE&CR wagons. No, you're not even SE&CR, you can go back in the box. Silly wagon, trying to get into my Cambrian SE&CR wagons when it's a white metal Brighton wagon. Dance and break fan if I can find one. One of them. So I've got one of them as well. What I'd like to see is the dancehall break van's a bit modern. I'd like to see someone do the 6-wheel ones that the DNS kits were as ready to run items to go with all this SE&CR stuff we have out there now. In fact, I'd like to see Rapido do it. Someone go suggest it to Rapido. They'd go quite nicely with all the South Eastern Chatham wagons that Rapido are doing. SE&CR single and double-ended, single and double verandaed 6-wheel brake vans. I have that somewhere in N. Yes, you do. I remember. .3D print, wasn't it? Shapeways have them in double O. What's their quality like though? So I've had some mixed bags from Shapeways in the past. I tend to avoid it where I can now. Just checking those Oxford Arley wagons are available on eBay. Excellent. Thank you, Bob. There you go, Christopher. Go buy yourself a wagon. You deserve it. You know, you've not spent much money on stock recently. Keyboard batteries again. Yes, well, not awful, but not the best, really. Keyboard batteries. This is why we don't have wireless, Christopher. What? To eBay? Yes. Run, Christopher. We're almost done drilling holes. There we go. Holes are all drilled. Aren't you all glad about that? I know that I would. Music. Exactly. And a 6-wheel brake van on Shapeways. It's not an extortionate price. Yeah, but what sort of quality is it going to be? That's the question. So I want to see one ready to run because they're wonderful things. The brake gear on them is really intricate. I'd love to, like Rapido, I know, would probably get all that brake gear on there and they'd get it right. So I'd love to see that. We'll swap to PC keyboard, that is USB. This is only meant for choosing what I watch when I go to bed, either Dad's Army or Trains, of course. Fair enough. It's funny that I've not long finished watching Dad's Army. Don't make him Christopher Robin. I just missed a beat somewhat. That worked like Blackadder the First. It's not an exhaust price fee. It's a versatile plastic which isn't adequate for model railways. Yeah, the versatile plastic isn't. Yeah. Hydration is important. I don't know why I'm putting that away. I haven't even read the. No. We need to fit the door vents now, which requires cutting out more pieces. Pretty sure they're all on this one. Yeah, they are. Let's get this drill bit away. Right, I need to get to sleep and be up for work. Good night, all. Good night, Red. Don't work too hard. Sleep well. And all that jazz. Dream of a world where Roblox isn't trying to destroy your dreams of making things. So yes, £28, another red wagon with a Sedum title. Yeah, it annoys me how a lot of manufacturers have decided that wagons were bright red. No, when they weren't, they were red oxide. Rather than being bright red, they should be quite close to this colour. It's not perfect, but it's better than the bright red. That hand lettering really holds up well under close-up, doesn't it, Christopher? It was very well done. Give Rapido a call when it's in the shop. They've got a thing on their website for doing suggestions. Hang on. Good evening, Stepney Tanker. How are you? I need to go. Oh no, I can send it through here, can't I? So look, what you'll need to do is go to the link that I'm sending in chat and suggest the 6-wheel single and double veranda brake vans to Rapido. So there's an N Middleton Shire. But yeah, if you go there, suggest those brake vans to Rapido. And whilst you're there, an LBSC wagon range as good as the South Eastern and Chatham one wouldn't go amiss. And, you know, anything you lot actually want as well. Because I think it's great that a manufacturer is out there actually willing to take suggestions properly from the public and has set up a contact form dedicated to that. Ordered tickets for Arlie and Ansley Hall Collieries from POW sides. Oh, well. They should be good kits to build. Tips for POW sides kits, Christopher. Or, well, one tip. One very important tip. Varnish it before you build it. If you've got the pre-done sides. because the transfers will come off. Yeah, that's the one. So you knew. Good evening, Thomas. How are you this evening? I hope you are well. You join us in a live stream where I want to say this is still Let's Build, but we haven't actually done any building yet. I remember my first Anstey one. Yeah, fair enough. I'm alright, a tad headachy, but I'm alive. How the devil are you, sir? I'm alright, a tad toothache, but I'm alive. Enough turning now, Gary. Good to be able to watch you again. Chat with all the folks on stream. Take care, catch up soon. Great to see you here again, Bob. Always nice to have you here. Sleep well. And I hope life does calm down for you in the near future and you get to play trains again. Having the Ansley Hall locos, I really should have an in-service wagon for that pit. You should. Yes. Also, Doctor Who was rather brilliant, so much better than the last two series. I only saw a bit of it, but I shall take your everyone. So from both now to take wilder than the wind. Good night, Bob. I've not heard that saying before. I like that. Thought it wasn't bad. I want to see what the rest of the series is like before judging properly. Good plan. So I've not seen much of it, but I have seen lots of people praising it on Twitter. Which is nice. Around saying, oh really? I did not know that. Every night's a school night, apparently. I mean, tonight actually is. We've all got school tomorrow. I mean, repeat everything by your inside leg measurement. That's just the first page. The inside leg measurement's on the next one. I assume it's to discourage bots or make bots easy to spot. Well. Because I hear the chaps at Rapido are rather fantastic and thorough, so it doesn't surprise me that they want to know everything about you. Thanks for the reminder, I want to change my pre-order Huntslip to Holybank number 3. Well, just saying, Christopher. I know a good model shop with a Rapido account. I still need to decide what Huntslip I'm pre-ordering before the deadline comes for pre-orders comes round. The bot says hydration is important. So I'd best refill the hydration vessel. Yes, indeed, I am such a shill, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to order myself one of the Huntslits with sound because the price is very, very reasonable for a sound-fitted loco. Hoping they do the Stroudley E1, as am I, Thomas. You should all get on that survey as well and fill that out. Hydration is important. And whilst you're filling it out, remember, the only correct liveries are goods green and goods black. Brighton goods green and goods black, obviously. It could be the first RTR loco in either of those liveries. So make it happen. Did have the maroon one, but as Holybank number 3 is a Midlands loco, I've been pulled by it and seen one painted up as it. I'm rather fond of it. That is a good reason to get that one. Like the Canuck Collar E1, that's fair. A fielding form in for the E1. Excellent. Of course, that's a loco you can go and see, Christopher. Because the Canuck Collar E1 is the preserved one on the Isle of Wight. Which they are currently working on putting back into service. That Holybank number 3 is my YouTube picture. Aha! That's a very good reason to get that one. Right, to the Isle of Wight. Yeah, I thought so. It's quite unique in E1s at the moment. It will be losing that uniqueness a little bit, but it is quite unique because it doesn't have a Brighton pattern boiler on it. It has one made by, I want to say, Huntslip. I could be wrong, but it is an industrial company, and it is having a new boiler made for it that will at least cosmetically be a Brighton pattern boiler. Do hope it's working again. They swapped it for, if memory serves, standard 2 10 years ago. I haven't heard anything about it since. Yes, they swapped it for a standard 2. They are currently working on it. They have reasonably, well, not that not that recently anymore, but they have, I want to say within the last 12 months, been on the hunt for technical drawings for the Brighton pattern boilers, so that they can have one made for it to replace the life expired boiler that it has, which again I want to say is a Hunslick boiler, fitted at some point in the 1930s, late 1930s, but I could be wrong. Richard, update my YouTube picture. Well, get on with it then. But not until after you've filled out all the forms for Rapido. Look at that, we've got 40 minutes to go. And I've not even turned the soldering iron on yet. I'm hoping next week will be a much more buildy stream and we'll make what seems like loads of progress. Because this really has seemed like 2.5 hours of prep work so far, hasn't it? Well, let's be honest. 2 hours I didn't start till at least 20 past 9. I'm tempted for this rake of carriages to put them into the redder livery. Rather than the purple lake that the Bachmann ones wear. And in fact, my current rake of four-wheelers are in the purple livery as well. But I think these will stand out much better in the redder livery. And being 1904 builds, they can wear pretty much any of the SE&CR liveries. Right, request put in a week after I first thought of it. It's good that you're getting on with it, Christopher. Nice and promptly. Small fettling jobs are half the work. I'm hoping they're more than half the work, Gillian. Because in my head, I plan out what I want from these live streams in advance. As I'm starting a project, I kind of try and plan how long the project's going to take. I have not once got it right. But I was hoping we would have something starting to resemble a carriage or a carriage body by the end of this evening. And I was hoping it would be on its bogies by the end of the next live stream. So if next week is a heavy building stream and there's not nearly as much prep work to do, we might not get far off that. So next week we could have it up on its bogies. The week after, get all the small details on it and then build something else. Whilst I get it primed off camera. And then the week after we could paint it. And it would be wonderful. That was genuinely the plan. Now, I don't often tell you what my timescale plans are because they never go according to it. A couple of them have gone significantly quicker than I expected. But we shall see how well we get on. SE&CR, suck eggs and cream railway. No, 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 no. Found it therapeutic watching, to be honest. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. LVSCR, lumpy, bumpy and sausage railway. The 5-minute open A. Yeah. That went a lot quicker than I expected. Although, admittedly, I did do that one to see how quickly I could do it. So, there is that. Right, with that job done, I'm going to get this out. And I'm going to polish up the metalwork above the doors. God, that's nice and shiny. Look at that. It's a completely different colour. Southern, no acronym needed really. I arrived late. I mean, I'll be honest, I like your optimism that a Southern train will arrive late. Because that means it actually arrives. Lovely and nicely wonderful railway. I mean, I do like the LNWR, so... Why so many railways? Why not? Midland steamers? No, no. Lots of Midland steamers. You know, because they have to double head all the trains. Alright, man. Culture. Look at how shiny they all are now. I mean, you're not wrong. The old Royal Army Service Corps standard. Run away, someone's coming. All right, and there's a link to Discord for those that aren't already on the Discord. You know you want to. We're usually nice. What was Let's Build, not the Shiny Show? Well, there's not been any building going on, so we're having some shiny instead. I find it bad that I even know the shiny show exists. Because I have children. I mean, I assume it still exists. We are talking a lot of years ago. I love how shiny that shows up on camera. Looks like it's silver. Shining, good film that. It is actually, yeah. Been a while since I've watched it, but yeah, it is good. Right. I know what I want now. There it is. Bye, whatever you were that I just knocked on the floor. Whilst I don't know it's a thing, I can't even remember anything about it, well, other than them wrapping tinfoil over everything. I don't remember anything about it other than the name. Remember it too, because I have children. That's it, blame everything on children. It's for the best, really. That's what children are for, isn't it? So we can blame things on them. Please tell me once you've saved Rapido to make the 6-wheel SCR brake fan, persuade them to make the right hunt slit for Hastings, and good luck to be done, please. Well, I don't see why not. I mean, more industrials is the best sort of industrials. I did, after all, literally build a layout just so I can run industrials. Yay, P. Christopher dances. Oh. So I'm sure Sophia would get in on getting them to make things called Hastings as well. Because she's strange like that and likes Hastings. Proof of Loco's named Hastings. See? I knew it. And Hastings is from the right area to run with pre-group in SE&CR too. Even better. Being built in 1888. Aha. Fantastic. You know what else we really need ready to run? Some Manning Wardles. Because Manning Wardles are the best industrials. And current boiler smoke box is from the 1920s. Oh, well, we'll have to convince them to do it as built then, won't we? Right then, here we are. We have 25 minutes left of the live stream, and I'm going to do something totally unbelievable and shocking now. I'm going to bring the sanding block over, and the flux, and the solder, and I'm going to turn the soldering iron on. What I'm not going to do is fetch the most famous pin in the world, because it's kind of dead, unfortunately. That's... yeah, I shouldn't have left that bit of brass in there. Agreed, we need some... but I seem to be a Hunslet slash Peckett guy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Hunslets and Pecketts, but Manning Wardles are better. flux on all of these. Don't worry too much about massive blobs, you can't have too much flux. Yeah, as long as you clean it all up afterwards and stuff. Because it will turn your brass green. Look at that, we've applied solder to something. It's almost like we're building a coach kit. Other way up. I need to see your shiny side. Eight. I need another 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Hooray for solder, huzzah. I agree with both of those sentiments. Hooray for ceramic tweezers. Because these are going to get hot. There we go. That is all of them tinned up as well. So now I want to get the part lined up. There we go. 2 parts have been joined. we have officially built something. Oh, brass solder sandwich, yummy. Exactly, the yummiest. But this is it, parts have been joined together. We have lived up to the name of the live stream. Terrible time to get an itch on your arm when you've got a soldering iron in your hand. I've tinned up one too few of these. That was silly. Which obviously means I can't count. If you are surprised by the fact I can't count, please go back and rewatch all of my live streams. See if I've done it before. And let me know. There's only, what, 124 of them at 3 hours each. So, you know, it's not quite 400 hours worth of viewing yet. So I'll count my blessings then. Ah, groan. Apply flux. It's on there. That's okay. It hasn't vanished. It's just on there. So it looks to me like this side is finished once I've got this one on. And then we'll be starting next week by the hard part, forming the tumble homes. But there we go, we have built one side. We did it, we built something. Just. If you use a very loose definition of the word. Because if I'm being totally honest, sticking the vents onto the doors kinda feels like prep work still. I mean, obviously it actually isn't, but it sort of feels like it is. It's sort of like we put these together, we get these on, and then we can start building the carriage. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Right, starting to yawn, me box off, talk to you later. Okay, thanks for coming, Thomas. You have at least managed to see me actually do something. And you've nearly made it to the end, so there's only 10 minutes left. Which I'll be honest, the way my mouth's been, I'm surprised I've made it that far. I was expecting to want to dip out halfway through or something because it was hurting too much. So, sleep well and all that jazz. That's actually well done. Thank you, Christopher. I'll be honest, it's one of those things that doesn't really feel like it, but I will take your word for it. As I said earlier, we're not as far along as I would have liked. But who knows, maybe the next steps of the kit will go really quickly now that we've got all this prep work out the way. And we'll catch up exactly to where I wanted to be. Fifth pain is instant sympathy for me. I just become exceptionally grumpy and wouldn't be able to stream at all. No, I when I thought about it, I thought that you would be very sympathetic. So, yes, thank you. Hydration is important. I've been suffering with this most of the week now. So it's starting to feel normal to be in pain, you know. Even the longest journey starts with a single step. It does indeed. Unless you can't walk. I don't like how that solder's gone. This carriage livery malarkey is a right minefield. Yes, yes it is. To start, after all, next week will be another stream to get further. Indeed. You are right. I shouldn't be upset by progress or seemed lack of progress. It's the downside of setting myself goals in my head with a, right, this is what we want to get on, this is where we want to get on this live stream. I do feel a bit disappointed if I don't manage it. But I shouldn't really. I should just be happy that I've been here and done something. Because I do enjoy sitting here streaming. Just starting a representation of Coventry number 3. Ooh, excellent. Started World War 3 asking about Ainsley Hall over livery to base on spike number 2. I think he's at the Buckinghamshire Railway Centre and going with all over dark blue, red rods, black wheels. It's very similar to B2 Vision. I would have as many locals as possible. Wow. That sounds like a good livery, and I shall look forward to seeing it at some point. I've rather worried myself here now. There was an even number of these I cut out. I'm coming to the end of the second side. And I have one left. That must mean I've missed one somewhere. But I can't see one missing. Nope. How strange. Oh well. I've somehow cut out an even number of something, used an even number of them, and got one left over. I'll let you all figure that out. But there we have it. One side and the other side, along with many chopped out parts ready for next week. Plenty for us to be getting on with. Carpet Monster licks its lips. I mean, that's certainly one option, isn't it? But yeah, we've made progress. So next week we'll be starting by forming the tumble homes and fold-ins, which means we should be getting somewhere close to starting to put the body together. Which will be nice. We have managed to get through the first 2 instructions out of the 17 that are in this build. But it's a start and it's a good one. But right now, it is midnight here in the UK. Happy November, everyone. So, we are done for the evening. I've had a really nice time hanging out with you all. I look forward to doing so again next week. Happy November, sir. Thank you, Christopher. In the meantime, happy All Saints Day. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yes, it is All Saints Day. Yay, we have something for us to actually say happy to. So yeah, there's not much left for me to say, really. Other than thank you for watching. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. This has been Let's Build. I've been Gary, and you've been awesome as always. Good night.